Hi all, it's Rochelle, Student Union President. Just going to give you a really quick update on what I've been doing all week, which has basically been NUS's National Conference 2014. The conference took place in Liverpool this year, and it basically is a huge summit of all of the students' unions across the country, each of which will have a group of delegates that they have that go to represent the students' union. We had 6 people come here from staffs, which included myself and President-elect Mel as well, with 5 other students that were there as delegates. The things that we got to sort of debate on and sort of look at and discuss were obviously the new full-time officer team of the NUS, so that includes the President, VP of Society and Citizenship, VP of Welfare, VP of HE, which is Higher Education, VP of Further Education, and also VP of Union Development. So the conference was a huge 3-day event, but on the first day it was mainly discussing motions and policies and things that we were sort of going to pass or for as an entire sort of national conference. So one of the really big contentious things that happened on the first day was a discussion about cops off campus, which is a huge thing which affects a lot of political and huge unions. So we've got big issues with it down in London. We've also got issues across the way at Birmingham as well, but it's something that a lot of unions were quite strongly for and also strongly against. I know that here at Staffs we don't really have a problem with cops on campus. We've obviously got an in-house body, so it's something that at Staffs it was sort of a mixed bag about which ways in which we voted, but all in all, the motion fell, so the NUS do not have to actually do anything to help support and sort of talk up against cops on campus, although it means that other unions will still be able to do so if they choose to. Another thing that was really hugely important was also motion 701, which some of you may know about or you don't, which is fair representation. So that's the NUS's stance that 50% of delegates that do come to national conference from each union do need to actually be female, and then the other 50% are open to whoever gets to go democratically. It was a really big talking point. A lot of people were for and strongly against. Again, it was a hugely contentious issue. That motion did actually get passed as well, so that will probably affect a lot of you that do decide if you want to go to national conference next year. As staff's delegation, at least 50% of you will have to be women and the rest not, so that's going to affect you as students. And there was another thing which was really important that I can't remember right now, but if I do, I will come back to it later on in this video, that I'm going blank. But as you can understand, it's obviously been a 3-day conference. We were really, really tired. There was a lot to discuss and get through, so I can't remember it all. The second day was us voting in and sort of listening to the speeches that were put across by the full-time officer candidates. So Tony Pearce has been re-elected as president. A really good friend of mine, Piers Taylor-Mack, has been elected as VP Society and Citizenship. He delivered an absolutely amazing speech. I recommend that you check it out on YouTube if you are a bit of a policy geek or you do want to know what people had to say for themselves. He was incredible, and I'm really proud of him. Colin Maguire was re-elected as VP Welfare. Rachel Matty was re-elected as Union Development Vice President, and Joe Vincent was re-elected as Further Education, and also a good friend of mine, Megan Flynn. Megan Dunn, Tom Flynn, that's a combination of both names, who was the other guy that was running, who's also awesome, got elected to be VP HE, so it was an incredible set of people that are going to be leading the institution or organisation next year. And the third day was mainly looking at electing in the Democratic Procedures Committee. So those are the people that sort of organise conference and make it structured and, you know, timely and in the right fashion and stuff, and to making sure that everything is the way it should be. That took place on the third day, and also the nominations for trustees of NUS as well. So it was mainly just a really intense 3 days of discussion and debate and policy, and also a lot of parties as well for some people. But I just think that we've all obviously got a long way to go in terms of making sure that the NUS is representative of all sorts of student unions, not all of the red brick Russell groups, but also million-plus institutions like us at Staffs. So it's always great when we do get to go along and have our say on national issues. So yeah, I think our delegates got a lot out of it, but I will be hopefully updating you with a bit of a video from them as well in due course. But if you have any questions as well, you want to find out a little bit more about how we voted as a delegation, please don't hesitate to get in touch. And yes, I hope you have a great weekend, and thank you.